I still remember the look on that clerk's face the second Emily stepped into the gun shop like someone just wandered in off the street and asked if the moon was on sale. "Lost, ma'am. Bakery's next door," he said like he was on a sitcom. Then the guy in the camo vest, arms like tree trunks, goes, "With those hands, you try a rifle? Careful, might chip a nail." The room chuckled, little echo bouncing off polished gun barrels in the glass case stacked with scopes. But Emily just nodded, cool as ice, and said one name. "Imto Ophias ex Fentimo." That shut everyone up quick because that's a tactical rifle you can't buy on the open market, not unless you know some very serious people. I remember the way she stood, shoulders hunched under a plain gray canvas backpack, hair still wild from the wind outside. Her windbreaker creased at the elbows, sneakers scuffed like she'd walked across the state to get there. You take one look at her, and bet she got lost on her way to yoga, not a high-end gun store where the air smells like oil and old money. But she was steady, didn't fidget, didn't look away. Just stood there, letting the silence get awkward. The clerk, buzz-cut, permanent smirk, leans over and tries again. "Sweetheart, you sure you're in the right place? Coffee shop's next door." The tactical bros in the back snicker, one of them even whistles. Emily just adjusts her pack, then, with the calm of someone ordering lunch, lists every spec of the M82X Phantom mod side alignment, offset 0, alarm 9 muzzle brake until the whole place goes dead quiet. She didn't sound nervous, not even bored. It was like she was reading a shopping list, which in a way she was. Then, out steps a woman in a designer blazer, red nails flashing as she claps her hands together. "Oh, honey, this isn't a toy store. Maybe you want something lighter? Like a BB gun?" The laughter rolls through the shop again, but Emily barely blinks, just looks the woman dead in the eye and says, "I'm here for sniper models." It landed like a challenge, and you could feel the mood shift. Off in the corner, an old man with a white beard who'd been quiet the whole time sips his coffee and asks, "You know that rifle?" Emily nods. "Used it on set in a teen-story rooftop, shot through 5 millimeters of glass, moving target." The words just hang there. No bravado, just a fact. Nobody laughs this time. The guy in sunglasses tilts his head like he's trying to figure her out. The clerk coughs and tries to take back control. "Well, we don't have that model." Nobody does. "You sure you're not confused?" That's when a big guy in flannel, hands like baseball mitts, points at Emily's beat-up sneakers. "Look at those. You'd trip before you even get to the range." The others join in, eyes darting to her shoes like it proves something. Emily doesn't blink. She slides her backpack off, sets it down gently, and says, "I've walked farther in these than you ever will." Her voice was soft, but it sliced through that bravado like a razor. Let me back up a sec because right then, the clerk brings out a Barrett M17, a beast of a rifle, slams it on the counter like he's throwing down a gauntlet. "Here, try holding this. Just don't drop it." The rifle weighs nearly 30 pounds, and everyone is watching, expecting her to struggle. Emily steps up, lifts it with one hand, no shake, no strain, rotates the barrel like it's muscle memory. The whole place goes silent. A kid in a flashy watch leans over to his friend and says, "Bet she learned that on YouTube." "What's next?" She says she's a Navy SEAL. His buddy laughs, but Emily just asks, "You ever fire one of these under wind shear?" Quiet, almost polite. He's got nothing. She sets the rifle down. Then the clerk pushes, "Take it apart, then. Or put it down." Challenge clear as day. She doesn't flinch as the gun stripped down to 8 pieces in seconds, the crowd counting under their breath. Then just as calm, she puts it back together, click, snap, slide, done. Not a word, not a glance for applause. She pulls a tiny screwdriver from her pack, makes a quick adjustment near the trigger guard, and says, "This catches off by 3 millimeters. Throws off your shot by 6 centimeters at range." The old guy steps up, checks it, and his face goes slack. "She's right," he mutters. "Never noticed." A hunter in a camo cap whispers, "What unit did she serve in?" Emily just says, "I'm retired," which, is an answer and not an answer at all. The room shifts. People are realizing there's more here than meets the eye. But then a woman in a tactical vest pipes up, arms crossed. "Anyone can memorize specs. Doesn't mean you're not playing soldier." Emily taps a finger on the counter, never turns to face her, just says, "You think I'm playing?" And the woman shuts right up. You could feel the tension, some folks wanting her to fail, others starting to wonder what her story really was. The guy in sunglasses finally throws down the last gauntlet. "Let's see you shoot, then." The clerk waves her to the back, ran-head, dusty patch with targets set at all distances. The farthest one is a quarter-sized coin, dangling at 200 meters. No one's hit that in years, the clerk says, thick with sarcasm. The whole crowd shuffles out, boots crunching, expecting a show. An old leather jacket guy even calls out, "Hope you brought your lucky charm." Emily doesn't bite. She kneels to tie her shoe, slow and focused, pulls on worn leather gloves, and settles behind the rifle. Checks the scope, brushes her thumb over a scratch on the stock, lines up her shot. First round the coin spins. Second the edge splits. Third shot, the coin splits in two, pieces fluttering to the ground. The crowd is silent. The instructor at the range, clipboard trembling, mutters beginner's luck. Emily, still calm, just says, "Luck doesn't split a coin at 200 meters. The crowd changes in an instant. People are filming, whispering, replaying what just happened. A boy with his dad keeps staring at his phone, watching the shot over and over. As Emily packs up, her sleeve slides up just enough to show a tattoo V17, snake coiled around target. The store manager goes pale, steps over, and says, "You're Ghost Viper 17. Emily doesn't respond. A veteran in a faded jacket snaps a salute. A nervous man steps forward. "You saved me, Operation MO." Emily shakes her head. "Didn't save anyone. I just aimed and shot." It was never about glory for her. But the crowd isn't done with her doubts. An older lady, purse clutched tight, steps forward. "You're telling me you're a war hero in that outfit?" The crowd finds its courage again. Some smirks return. Emily just shrugs. Heroes don't need costumes. So soft it's almost a whisper, and the woman's purse slips to the floor. The clerk, still bitter, demands a permit. Emily slides a plain, worn ID across the counter. The manager and clerk dismiss it, tell her to leave. Emily doesn't argue, just walks outright into another confrontation, this time a woman in a designer coat, loud for the crowd. "Excuse me, this isn't a homeless shelter." Emily replies, "I'm leaving," and the woman steps aside, her confidence cracking. Outside, as the sun sets, a black SUV rolls up. A man in a dark suit steps out and salutes. "Commander Parker, your reactivation orders are ready." The crowd stares, jaws slack, a hush falling. Word spreads by night. Emily's blurry photo is trending, stories spinning out online about who she really is. The people who mocked her? Their reputations crash. Clerk loses his job. Sunglasses guy dropped from his hunting club. Blazer woman loses her brand deal. They're internet famous now for all the wrong reasons. Inside, the store changes. People speak softer, glancing at the spot she'd stood. The white-bearded veteran posts about her. "She's the real deal and we were too damn blind to see it." The boy uploads his video. Respect. It gets thousands of views. The comments are all about justice, respect, and second chances. Emily? She's already gone, riding in that SUV to wherever her orders take her. She never looked back, never needed to. She carried her truth quietly, let her actions speak, and changed a room without raising her voice. You know what it's like to walk in somewhere and have everyone doubt you, right? To feel the weight of their assumptions, then prove them wrong one step at a time. So, what do you think? Was the crowd right to judge her at first? Did she owe them an explanation, or was her silence more powerful? Drop your thoughts below, share what justice and respect mean to you. And if you've ever been underestimated, tell your story. Let's keep the conversation going.